Hey, what's up ladies and gentlemen, this is David Benjamin from healthywildandfree.com. Today I want to clear up a lot of cholesterol confusion. There's a lot of misinformation on the internet about cholesterol. So I want to share with you the truth about cholesterol and why cholesterol is actually important and what you can do to balance and harmonize your cholesterol. So what is cholesterol in the first place? Cholesterol is actually comprised of two different molecules known as HDL and LDL. HDL stands for high density lipoprotein and LDL stands for low density lipoprotein. HDL is known as the good cholesterol and LDL is known as the bad cholesterol. Now, first and foremost, let's diffuse that confusion because there is no necessarily good and bad cholesterol, and I'm going to explain that in a minute. But basically, cholesterol is important because cholesterol, first of all, is produced in your liver, and what it does is it helps your body produce hormones, vitamin D, which is essential for immunity, bone health, and many other functions, as well as bile, which is very important for digestion, as well as hormones, like I said, but testosterone specifically for men. So cholesterol is very important because it's a precursor to hormone production, vitamin D, bile, digestive health, and those types of things. And it's just a very important part of our body overall, just like fats and proteins and all these other minerals and vitamins and all these other things are important. So what is cholesterol? Well, it's actually composed of fats and proteins. High density lipoprotein means it's a higher, the reason it's called high density is because it's the lipo means fat, protein, high density lipoprotein, they're both comprised of fats and proteins. So high density is, the reason it's called high density is because it means it has more protein, because protein is a higher density, and less fat content. So the protein to fat ratio is higher in protein and lower to fats. LDL, low density lipoproteins, have a higher fat content and lower protein content. So the function of these is to transport cholesterol, aka fats and proteins, throughout the body. LDLs transport cholesterol from the liver to the heart and the brain, like I said, it has a higher fat to protein content ratio, if you want to call it that, and that's because the cardiovascular system, the brain, need fat. So your body is using cholesterol to transport fats and proteins. So LDL is important and necessary just as HDL is. The reason it's called bad cholesterol is because often the cholesterol, the LDL levels are higher and the HDL levels are lower. And the HDL, the high density lipoprotein, its function is to take that excess cholesterol, fat and protein molecules, and take them from the heart and the brain and transport them back into the liver to be dispersed throughout the body. So HDL, high density lipoproteins, LDL, low density lipoproteins, are just carrying lipids, fats, and proteins throughout the body. So HDL are kind of a thin, more disc-like looking protein, whereas LDL are more circular, and you can kind of think of the reason high density is called the better cholesterol is because it's more needed overall, because the ratios of those cholesterols is imbalanced. There's too many LDLs and too little HDL. So that's why HDL, most people need to increase their HDL to pull those LDLs back into other areas of the body and to kind of harmonize where cholesterol is in the body, in the liver, in the heart, in the brain, and transport it where it needs to be properly. So what happens is that with the standard American diet, the SAD diet, LDL levels are much higher from people eating unhealthy packaged fats, fast food, things like margarine, all this crap that has bad fats in it. What that's going to do is it's going to raise your LDL levels and lower your HDL levels because it's causing your cholesterol balance to change within your body and the cholesterol production in your liver to change. So what you want to do is eat healthier to balance your cholesterol and to increase HDL levels and lower LDL levels. Now, this is general. I would say, I'm not really sure the exact ratio, but a good majority of the population needs to increase their HDL and lower their LDL. Maybe 80, 85, 90% of people need to raise their HDL levels and lower LDL levels. So it's important to understand that most people need to increase HDL and lower LDL, but there are exceptions because some people have extremely high levels, for example, of HDL and very low levels of LDL. The body can do incredible things when it's out of balance. So it's important to keep in mind that some people, and you may be one of them, may have low levels of or high levels of whatever, either or cholesterol. So it's important to do your research and understand for yourself. But if you're eating a healthy diet and you're doing the right things, your body's going to produce the best amount of, the right amount of cholesterol for yourself, a balanced amount of HDL, a balanced amount of LDL, and it's going to use that for your cardiovascular system, your brain, and your body when and where it is needed, the fats and proteins within HDL and LDL. So just to explain and understand LDL a little bit further, LDL carries, remember the ratio of the LDL molecule, so LDL and HDL are both molecules. High density lipoprotein is a higher protein to fat ratio. So I don't know that exact ratio, but there's more protein in HDL than fat. That's why it's high density, because protein is actually way more than fat, so it's high density. That's why it's called high density. LDL is more fat in those molecules compared to protein, so it's a higher fat to protein molecule ratio. And the reason LDL are carried to your heart and to your brain is because your brain needs those fats to run. So your cardiovascular system and your brain need those fats. The problem is like I said, when the LDL levels are higher than the HDLs, there aren't enough of them to pull them out of the arteries and the heart and then the brain as well. And that's when coronary artery plaque buildup occurs. And now when coronary artery plaque buildup occurs, those LDLs accumulate within the artery walls, and they constrict the flow of the arteries. And the artery, think of it as a tube, which it basically is. When it constricts that flow, it restricts blood flow, and you're more likely to have heart disease, heart attacks, things like that. Now it's going to also restrict the blood flow within your neck that goes to your brain, which is going to decrease that, which decreases blood flow to your brain, which can also cause stroke amongst other things. So balancing cholesterol is extremely important. It's really not about raising or lowering, but in most cases, like I said, 80+% of the time, it probably is raising HDL and lowering LDL. So with that being said, cholesterol is very important. Let's just recap. Cholesterol produces hormones in the body, including testosterone. It's a precursor for producing testosterone. So, did I say hormones? I meant cholesterol. Cholesterol is a precursor for producing testosterone, as well as other hormones in the liver. It's a precursor to producing vitamin D in the body, and it's also a precursor to the body producing bile, which is extremely important for digestive function, liver function as well. So, and remember, HDL, high density, LDL, low density lipoproteins, carry and transport fats and proteins to different areas of the body when and where they are needed. So they are not bad. There's no good or bad cholesterol. The reason it's called that is because we often have an imbalanced ratio of HDL to LDL. So keep that in mind. So what can you do to keep your cholesterol healthy, to essentially, in most cases, like I said, increase your HDL, lower your LDL levels? Eating foods with healthy fats like avocados, coconut oil, olive oil are beneficial as well. Eating foods like that contain pectin, such as apples. It's in fiber. Pectin is a fiber within apples that helps to reduce and lower LDL levels. So eating healthy fats through avocados, coconut oil, olive oil, things like that are great. What else? Nuts and seeds, macadamia nuts, things like that are great sources as well. Nuts and seeds, avocados. Just eating healthy overall, eating more healthy greens, fruits, and vegetables are obviously beneficial. Drinking plenty of water, getting exercise, doing those types of things are going to balance your HDL to LDL ratio. So once again, cholesterol is not bad, LDL is not bad. You need both. You just need the harmonious ratio of those two so that your cholesterol, your fats and proteins can get to your body to repair your cells when and where they are needed. And if your LDL levels are too high in the blood, that's when problems occur. So just eat healthy fats, reduce and completely eliminate crappy, bad fats in packaged foods, processed foods, margarine, junk food, fast food, all that kind of stuff. And just eat healthy. Eat more fruits and vegetables, nuts and seeds. Avocados are one of the best foods, as well as foods rich in pectin, because that fiber reduces LDL. And apple is a great source of pectin, as well as others. I believe there's a berry, I forget what it is. I want to say it's not strawberry, raspberries. There's berries with pectin as well, so you can look up foods with pectin. That's T-I-N in it online. So I hope you enjoyed this video. There's actually many other things that are beneficial for cholesterol. Garlic is great, lemons are great, and there's actually a recipe that you can follow to balance your HDL, LDL levels and to essentially lower your LDL and increase your HDL, high density lipoproteins in your body. So I'll link that recipe up right below this video, as well as any other information as well. Hopefully you learned something from this video to balance your cholesterol, create harmony with your cholesterol, to know that cholesterol is not bad or good. It just is, and it's needed in the body in a balanced, harmonious way, because they play an interchangeable harmonious, interchangeable kind of relationship with each other to give and take cholesterol, fats, and proteins from different areas of the body. So hope that information makes sense. Hope you learned something from this. Please like this video below if you enjoyed it and learned something. Please like, favorite, comment, and share below, and subscribe for future videos. This is David from healthywildandfree.com. I'll see you in the next video. Make sure to live healthy, wild, and free. Bye.